now we're going to get into our biggest disappointments and surprises for the first half of 2017. A few weeks ago, we talked about most anticipated titles remaining for 2007. Now we're going to look back, and we're going to start off with our biggest disappointments. And we'll start with you, Mo. What's your biggest video game disappointment of 2017?
Just say them all?
However you want to do it. If there's a game, company, what's been your biggest disappointment?
I really wanted to play Mass Effect Andromeda, but I think that was a bombing for everybody. I didn't pick it up. Just hearing between you and a few other friends just how bad it was. It just, man, I don't know. And something told me to hold off. I know a lot of other players wish they would have too. I wanted to play that game so bad, and then after hearing all the problems, something that they should have fixed and had it gone for the get-go, just deterred me from that. That would be, I would put that as my number 3. I have 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. The next one comes with, it has to do with Nintendo. They did release something that I did love, was Zelda. Great game. But the lack of games that just... I figured they would have more of a lineup going on. And I know that they're going strong right now. And
even for the Switch?
For the Switch.
Like with the lineup?
Yeah. I felt a little disappointed.
Interesting.
A little disappointed. I think
so
they could have been more.
Oh, you didn't pick up Mario Kart?
I did not. No.
Okay.
Not yet.
So I can see that. So the launch was March. When they launched, the big game was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Then the next game after that was Mario Kart in April. And then the next one after that was ARMS.
Yep.
And Splatoon 2 just came out.
Which I'm sure is freaking amazing. I haven't had a chance to play it. I want to play it.
And Mario and Rabbids come up. We're talking about the first half.
Yeah, this is the first half.
The first half.
So one of the other biggest disappointments is the Nintendo eShop. This is probably like my number 1.
So Nintendo just disappointed you.
Well, I mean, think about it. This eShop they're barely getting it going now, and they don't have a big library in there. Don't they usually put in like their classics in there too, or at least something selective from the NES classics to something? It's kind of empty. I know that there's 83 games in there, but they're not games I want to play.
What type of games are you looking for? What type of games do you want to play?
I don't know. I was expecting some of the classics to make a kind of a comeback towards there. It'd be cool if they could, put something that was from the something.
They need to decide what they're going to do with the Virtual Console.
Yeah,
I think that is what's hurt.
Because the eShop, if they're just looking for
like the indie titles,
yeah,
right?
that's sort of more. There's a couple on there, but I just think it should keep going. Like Nintendos and Xboxes, they're killing it. Like
you mean PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation. But Xbox still has a pretty good selection of their titles on there for you to purchase, stuff that comes on regularly, I just would have expected more that Nintendo would have put kind of some sort of rush. I know that I'm expecting a lot from Nintendo, but that's what I'm expecting. I mean,
son of a bitch.
That's fuck me for trying to be a gamer on Nintendo,
Yeah.
So and then they have so many selective titles on the 3DS, the DS is.
Yeah. But the 3DS has been out for a few years. But I understand with the eShop and the Virtual Console, I think was a disappointment. For me personally, I've actually really enjoyed their lineup that they had so far. I understand ARMS is not for everyone. I haven't played it. It looks interesting. It looks intriguing, but I did not buy it. But with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart, I thought those were incredible ways to start it.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they keep releasing Splatoon. They have Mario and Rabbids. They have Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
But my concern is what they're going to do for 2018. That is my concern of what's happening. I know they have Yoshi, which you actually like, and Kirby, so they got your attention. But that's in the future. We're looking at the past. So those are your disappointments. So my big disappointment, I have two of them, or actually three. Mass Effect Andromeda as well.
Yeah.
I've only played 16 hours of it because my Xbox One controller is broken, but I've had no motivation to get a new Xbox One controller to finish it. I've been playing other games, and I'm going to be finished with Splatoon 2 soon, and I'm probably going to play a different game besides Mass Effect. I got it on launch day. It was more of the same, and with the technical glitches with people's with their faces, was beyond crazy for a AAA game to even be released.
Yeah.
But Mass Effect Andromeda, then NES Classic Edition debacle.
Oh, that's pretty big.
How they announced that, and they were being very coy, and now, it's always supposed to be a limited edition. That was not very clear, which they are making it clear for the Super Nintendo. But NES was not very clear that it was just going to be limited. And then they're like, oh, we did you a favor. It was supposed to be only 2016, but we extended it to April. Fuck you. How they handled that situation was a fucking mess. It angered a lot of Nintendo fans.
Did you a favor, make sure you don't get it.
Yeah. And the Super Nintendo, hopefully they learned their lesson. It sounds like they did, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
With these pre-orders and with the launch of how they handle it.
Yeah.
For me, probably my biggest disappointment, and I was probably one of the few idiots who bought this game, was 1-2 Switch.
Oh.
And I've been called an idiot, like, didn't you see it? I guess I had a lot of faith in Nintendo. I expected another Wii Sports. Wasn't that high profile, but expected a great game to show, because they had a lot of mini games compiled on 1-2 Switch of what you can do with these Joy-Con controllers.
How much did you pay for 1-2 Switch?
It was $50.
See, that I feel that should have been bundled in already with the actual Switch.
So how the game was, so that's why I actually had confidence in 1-2 Switch, was because it was a standalone release. So because they had it as a standalone release, I thought, like, they know they have the goods. Like, this is a great game, it's going to be worth the price. If it was packed in, that would have lowered my expectations. I know Wii Sports was a packed in release as well, and I thought Wii Sports was incredible. And I know some people just bought Wii Sports and they were good for like 3 years. But since it was a standalone release, even this modern time, times have changed since the Wii was released. Since it was a standalone release, I thought they knew they had the goods. There's going to be great entertainment. I think I've only played it twice. My wife and I, when I bought it on launch day, 1-2 Switch and Zelda, we played for a few hours, and then we played again later on, but I think that was all. I wanted you guys to milk some cows, but you didn't want to play with me and milk any cows with me. So that was my actual biggest disappointment. It might be my fault, because I didn't have skyrocket expectations, but I did have high expectations. And some mini games were great, but they're few and far between.
Yeah.
Of what was great and what wasn't, and I thought that was going to be a great hit. The way it was, it should have been packed in. But I know they announced they wanted to keep it at 300, but that should have been a packed in game. So that was my biggest disappointment. It was 1-2 Switch.